Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Zarina, and today I'm just gonna have a very conversational video. I want us to have a conversation about black hair. So since we're talking about the politics of black hair, I think it's very important to also talk about wigs because of conversation about this natural hair girls, or the natural so-called natural girls, and women who wear wigs. So this whole is like some kind of power, subtle power dynamics when it comes to people wearing wigs and people who decide to go natural. First, having black hair or having your natural hair on means you have embraced your hair, which is beautiful, but it does not mean that you are better than another black woman who is not wearing natural hair or who does not have a natural hair on. I think that people have choices to make as to whether or not they want to wear their natural hair, and if you're wearing your hair, I don't think it makes you better than someone else, because you have come a long way to get to this point, considering the history of black women and their hair, which I have touched on already. People have different journeys and people have different choices to make, so the fact that you are rocking your natural hair, which is a good thing, does not mean that you are better than someone who has decided to wear a wig. Secondly, people wear wigs for multiple reasons, right? So you do not know why someone is wearing a wig. Some people wear wigs for medical reasons. For example, some people who have alopecia, which is a condition which leads to hair loss. So some of them tend to wear wigs. They do not need to justify to you. They don't owe you any explanation as to why they are wearing wigs. So you don't know, like, people have so many different really genuine reasons why they wear wigs, to just be able to go on with their lives every day without people nagging or without looking different. And so you don't know someone's struggles. So if you see someone wearing a wig or always wearing a wig, it does not mean that they are doing it willingly. It doesn't mean that even if they are doing it willingly, it's not like they don't owe you an explanation. But I'm just saying that it could be for medical reasons, and so people wear wigs for various reasons. I always say that we have something called perspective, and that thing perspective is really important, because the fact that you are thinking about something in one way does not mean that someone else is thinking about it in that same way. Thirdly, I would also want to add that wearing a wig is your choice. It's your ultimate choice to make. I don't think you need to feel bad if you love to wear wigs all the time. You do not need to justify to anyone at all. As much as I would love for people to go natural and or just keep their natural hair, but I don't think you should feel bad for wearing wigs, and don't feel the need to justify why you wear wigs to someone else. I just don't like the whole conflict when it comes to people making others feel like they are less black, or they don't deserve to be part of some conversations because they don't present themselves in ways that people expect. And like I said, these are my personal opinions. You may choose to agree or disagree, but I don't think anyone who wears wigs out of choice needs to justify to you why they wear wigs. Just as we tend to tell men not to police women's bodies, is the same way that we have to make sure that we do not police other women's bodies as to what their choices are. So let people wear wigs if they want to wear wigs. I don't think that anyone has to explain to me why they're wearing a wig. It's their choice, really, and so there's no point in feeling like they're not being authentic for not wearing wigs. For wearing wigs, I mean. It is only problematic if you have self-esteem issues. It shouldn't be because of your desire to be accepted or because you want to fit in that you wear wigs. I think that all of these things are just common knowledge. I just want to hammer on them because you have to work on your self-confidence and your self-esteem if you cannot go without wigs. Like, if you feel like your self-esteem is dependent on wearing wigs. I know people who probably wouldn't like, they freak out if they can't afford to be somewhere without wearing a wig, and I think that might be a bit problematic if it has to do with your self-confidence, because in my opinion, you need to embrace yourself and embrace who you are and embrace all of you before even you can embrace someone or someone else can embrace you. So as much as you wear wigs, if you feel like your confidence and your whole personality is dimmed when you do not wear them, or when you do not have access to them, or your confidence is based on that, then I would humbly suggest that you work on that, because it just might be a bit problematic. And to non-black people, can you please stop touching our hair? Please stop touching our hair, right? So a lot of people don't ask for permission, especially people who are non-black. They don't ask for permission before touching black people's hair, which is really disrespectful. Like, I don't walk about touching, say, white women's hair without asking them. I don't even touch white women's hair, like. But I feel like because our hair is a bit different from a lot of people, some people are naturally just curious about what it feels like and about the texture of our hair, so they want to touch. Personally, I really never get offended, like, when people touch my hair, even without telling me. I feel like I can be taken aback and I'm like, why are you touching my hair? Like, but I don't get offended. So I feel like, but then it's important because a lot of people don't like that. They don't appreciate that at all, which I totally understand, because it's rude, it's disrespectful. You don't go about touching people's hair without asking them. So if you're a non-black person, please make sure that you ask for permission before touching a black person's hair, because most likely they'll let you touch their hair. So, but then make sure that you ask for permission. So don't go about touching people's hair as if you own property rights to their hair, period. Another thing that I always think about is, I think it would be really good to have more natural hair wigs, you know, especially those that are very affordable, because I find that some of the really good ones are very expensive. So it would be very important to have natural hair wigs that people can wear, because not a lot of people have as much hair as everyone else. It's really important that we make a lot of natural hair wigs. I'm not in the hair business. I may not know a lot about this. If you have more information, please let me know. But I feel like a lot of the really good natural hair wigs are a bit on the high side when it comes to price. I think that we need to be able to explore that option, because, for example, if you don't have a lot of hair and you still want to rock natural hair, you can use natural hair wigs. And it also gives you more room to style your hair in different way, because then you'd have a lot of hair then to be able to play around with. So let's consider that, really. And I hope that we have a lot more of that is affordable, because those that are affordable, I tend to know are not very natural. They don't feel really natural. Well, you get what you pay for, I understand, but then it's just really important that we make it a bit more affordable for people to buy, because well, I think the last one that I saw was about £100. I think £100 for some people may be a bit pricey, so it's just important that we're able to get more affordable natural hair brands, maybe, I don't know, so we can have good hair that looks like ours. Lastly, I'd want to say that let's teach children self-love. Hair love is self-love. Let's teach children to love themselves, to love their hair as they grow. And no matter the texture of their hair, even among black children, let them love their hair no matter the kind of hair that they have. And because, like, not all natural hair is the same, as we all know. So if you teach children to love themselves and not have to change themselves or their hair to fit in, it would really help them in the long run. Because what that does is that they grow up challenging systems, and then they grow up challenging people and challenge these beauty standards of what is pretty and what isn't pretty. And it also just helps us build our confidence as black people and as black women. Let's teach children that loving their hair means loving themselves and loving even their entire race. And so it's important to do that, so that they would grow up to embrace their natural hair and embrace themselves, and then appreciate that. So even if they want to start wearing wigs, by then they would have built that self-confidence with themselves and who they are before they can decide to try other alternatives or other options. I think the last thing I would also say is that we always complain that natural hair products can be expensive, which I agree, but I also think that I'm not a natural hair expert, but I also think that sometimes you can just really use you can use very simple routines to be able to take care of your hair. So for example, for me, I think that at least washing your hair once a week helps with the health of your hair, and moisturizing your hair constantly, like making sure that your hair is often moisturized. I know that's not an easy thing to do, and I fall short sometimes myself, but then it's important to keep your hair moisturized to be able to keep your hair healthy. And I think ultimately what works is to know the kind of hair you have and to know what works for your hair to be able to take care of your hair. And thankfully also there are natural hair YouTubers and blogs out there that you can find a lot more information about natural hair on. So let's take care of our hair, let's love ourselves, let's love our hair, let's be confident in our hair, and let's learn more about our hair. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know that the issue or the subject of hair is one that we can never finish discussing because it has so many ups, downs, and in-betweens because of the whole political turn that our hair has taken. And for me, I would also just encourage you to love your hair, love yourself, and then go out there and do what you've got to do. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about your hair. Don't let anyone make you feel less of a person about it because of your hair. And so all my natural girls, go out there and be proud of your hair. No matter how you want to keep your hair, no matter what you want to do with your hair, just make sure that you are healthy and they are using healthy products. And then whatever you're doing is what makes you confident, and whatever you're doing is what makes you confident in yourself as a black woman. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you subscribe and help me grow this channel and help get this video to other people by sharing, and like this video if you loved it. Leave a comment if you have any, and thank you so much for watching.